Welcome everyone to this information session regarding the Great Scholarships for students from France. The Great Scholarships are jointly funded by the UK government's Great Britain campaign and the British Council, together with participating UK higher education institutions, and we are delighted that we'll be hearing from 10 UK universities today. So just for a little bit of background, the Great Scholarships are jointly funded, worldwide. So there are 11 Great Scholarships that are available for French students for 1 year taught postgraduate courses at the 10 universities, which you will hear from in just a minute. And the Great Scholarships can only be spent on tuition fees. The general eligibility criteria is that you must be a citizen of France, so that means having a French passport. You must have an undergraduate degree, and you must meet English language requirements, which are set by each UK university. And also, once you become a great scholar, you must be willing to become an ambassador for the scholarship and engage with the UK in general as a scholar. So that goes through joining networking events, discussing your experience with prospective students, and maintaining contact with the British Council and the UK university. So more general information on the scholarships can be found on our website. But without further ado, I'll give the floor to the different UK universities that are participating in this scheme for France in the 2025-2026 academic year, because each university has their own eligibility requirements and scholarship application process that they will take you through. So first up, we have Tanya March from Arts University of Bournemouth. So Tanya, the floor is yours.
Okay. Is that right? Can you see me, everybody? Okay, great.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, first of all, yes, my name is Tanya March and I'm a Senior International Officer for Arts University Bournemouth, and it's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for letting me speak. I'll just introduce you quickly to AUB, as we call it, and tell you a little bit about the courses. Can you see the next slide or not? Yes, here we go. We are known as a top art and design university in the UK. We are based on one campus, and all we are committed to is just creative subjects and related to art, design, media, performance, architecture, and creative technologies. Here we go. So we're quite well known as we'd like to innovate a lot, collaborate, connect, and it might sound cheesy, but turning your creative talent into a career is the whole point of us. So we're very keen. We work a lot with industry, and that's what we're here for. We're also home to, I don't think this will work, actually, it's a little film, the Bournemouth Film School, which is the largest film school in the UK outside of London, because a lot of our degree courses and postgraduate courses relate to the film industry. So where is Bournemouth? We are not far from France, just across the water there. You, in fact, can take a ferry to Cherbourg in 4 hours. We're 4 hours from Cherbourg, if you like, and we're also 2 hours from London. It's a beautiful place. So we have, in 2 hours, you can be in London or you could be back on the beach for the evening. We offer courses in foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate courses too. Right, next slide. Our graduate school, oh, my phone's going now. My graduate school, it says here, our creative postgraduate degree gives students the chance to critically approach and hone their practice As I mentioned earlier, we're very relevant to industry, and the lovely image here, for example, we do an MA in historical costume. I'm sure you've all seen Bridgerton and The Crown and all that kind of thing. A lot of our students go to work on productions like that. Our facilities are amazing. The equipment is fabulous. And as well as the tutors, a lot of them are working in the industry, so you're guided by really the best that they can do. We offer online and on-campus courses, and these are postgraduate courses, our Master of Arts that are on campus. They start in September or January. I do advise you check the website because sometimes one might not start. It's quite fluid at the moment. Most of it you can start September and January. And these courses are extremely popular around the world. So animation production, digital fashion innovation, fine art, graphic design, historical costume, illustration, painting, photography, Master of Architecture, and also postgraduate research degrees. Actually, here's a little story. I'm sure there's some Cure fans out there. For example, one of our graphic design tutor, Andy Vella, he designed all the Cure album covers. I'm sure you've seen all that. He's a bit of a star on our campus. So what do you need to apply? We encourage applications from a broad range of qualifications and educational working backgrounds. Usually, you'll have an honours degree. We say 2-1 or above, but sometimes they'll go below that. It depends on your work experience and what have you been up to. Most courses will need a portfolio, that's quite important, and some you will have to go to an interview. But we do offer one-to-one chats with course leaders. So if you're not actually sure or you want to ask some questions about the content, just book a session with one of the course leaders and they will talk through it with you. So here are our international fees, 19,950 for the majority, well, for all of them actually, so not too bad. And like we were talking about, scholarships are available and we are honoured to be able to offer the Great Scholarship to your French citizens. And that's it, very short and to the point. If you have any questions, please give me an email. I'm happy to help. So over to you.
Thank you very much, Tanya, for this very engaging presentation with lots of artistic
Yes, nice
illustrations.
All by our students, yeah.
And so now I'd like to give the floor to Roberta Garazzi from Imperial College London. If you can just take control of the slides, and the floor is yours. Great, thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Roberta and I work at Imperial College as the Senior International Officer that looks specifically after Europe. And I've been working in this sector for a long time, over 15 years, counseling students from all over the world that want to come and study in the UK. But I was an international student myself. As you might tell from my name or my accent, I'm originally from Italy. So I've had the pleasure to study in 3 different countries, and also do my master's in the UK. So I'm always very happy to share my own experience and give tips to students that want to follow a similar path. So I know that today you're going to be hearing from many different wonderful universities. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to highlight what makes Imperial different from other unis, and hopefully you can make a more informative decision. So Imperial is a medium-sized university, and you find that there's many different sizes of the community, the academic community that you want to join. So we have just over 23,000 students, and the majority of our students is at undergraduate level, but you can actually see we have almost an equal split. And we are a very international university. We have over 150 different nationalities on campus. So you will be in a classroom with people from all over the world, making friends, but of course, more importantly, building your future network. These are the people you're going to be working with. And we are a specialist university, so it's a very academic, scientific community. We are, in fact, the only university in the UK that specializes in science and business programs. programs. So again, if you come and study with us, you'll be amongst loads of other different students from many different parts of the world. They share the same passion as you in scientific fields. And since our foundings in 1907, we strive to be not just a world-leading university, but a world-changing one. And our academics carry on some incredible research, so they don't just teach the students, which then impacts the real world. And for those of you that have been to London or the event, we are in a very beautiful location called South Kensington. So if you've been to the museum, the National History Museum or the V&A, you probably walk past Imperial without realizing. We're incredibly lucky again to be right next to Hyde Park. So we got this beautiful green space right next to our campus. And we also right next to the Royal Albert Hall, which is a famous concert hall, and that's where all our graduating ceremonies taking place. What I particularly like about Imperial is, yes, we are centrally located in London, so you have access to everything that there is to do in London. And I promise you, you'll never be bored because there's always something on, from a theatre show to a music gig or a sporting event. There's so much on offer. But we also have a campus university. So all of the facilities are there for you. There's a library, there's sports facilities, and of course, our wonderful, wonderful labs. That's again something that makes studying in Imperial so unique, because you don't just get taught in the classroom, but you get first-hand experience of what you're learning. And we have from wind tunnels to wave machines, laser cutters. We have a 360 flight simulators. We have a flight arena where you can build and test your drones. And all around campus, so we've also opened what we call ACT spaces. These are equipment to put into physical reality anything that you might thought of. It could be, again, laser cutters, or it could be the 3D printers. And these are all free of charge for our students. So an incredible opportunity. And I mentioned earlier on that our academics, they are carrying on some incredible research. Just wanted to give you some examples of the kind of wide application of our teaching and our research. For you, this is important because you will not only study the latest discoveries, but you will also have the opportunity to engage in research if that's something that you are interested in. There's loads of different opportunities within the different departments. And I also mentioned that we are a specialist university, but I think what really distinguished Imperial is a very collaborative approach across different departments. And I love to mention all of the kind of the different institutes that we have, because it kind of shows how we bring together different branch of science, as well with entrepreneurship and business, to again to create some incredible research and bring loads of different expertise to tackle the world's biggest problems. For master's students, again, really important, we do have a whole series of professional skills development workshops and tools throughout the year, from our careers team, which is tailored by year of study and also program, to various different workshops specifically for master's and research students. Again, loads of opportunities to work across departments with annual events to facilitate this very collaborative approach, and to facilitate, again, networking, and a year-round or program of research seminars. We also have many companies coming on campus. We're, of course, in London, so at the doorstep of many different employers. But we organize loads of different careers fairs. We charge membership to our companies because there are so many that want to come and study, they want to chat to our students. So again, loads of opportunity to develop your future careers while you're still studying. Okay, the not so fun part, the application process. So it is a competitive university, so we are looking at different criteria. And when you apply to us, you apply directly on our website. There will be an online portal. We'll be looking mainly at your academic requirements and your academic grade. So the GPA from your university, what have you done in terms of academics so far? They will make you a suitable applicant to continue and research this subject for the next year. We will need 2 references. We prefer to have 2 academic references where possible, again, from a personal tutor or a teacher that can attest on your suitability to come and study in the UK. There will be a language requirement, and we do accept a wide range of different tests. So please check which one you would prefer to take. And please be aware that some departments do have application rounds. So while we open application from September onwards, some courses may close earlier if we fill up the places. So generally, the earlier you apply, the better it will be. So I do encourage you to kind of like start your application process as early as possible. So scholarships. So we are very, very pleased this year to offer 2 great scholarship for French students, specifically of £15,000. However, the deadline is fast approaching and you might not be eligible. So I also wanted to point out that there are other scholarships available at postgraduate level. So there's a really useful tool on the website where you can just filter down by nationality and also by grade study departments that will help you find whether or not there are scholarships available. If you are considering then delaying your degree or applying for next year, these scholarships change every year, so please do come back and check for what fundings are available. These tend to, again, change every year, and the deadline tend to be early, as you can see from this specific one, which is coming up this week. But yeah, on that note, thank you, everyone. If you do have any questions, you can find my email address at the bottom there.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Roberta, for your presentation. And so that leads us to a presentation from Louise Kingham from King's Business School. And Louise, you can take control. Perfect. And you're just on mute, so we can't hear you.
Sorry, is that all okay? Sharon, okay?
Yeah, so we can see the slides and now we can hear you. Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. So thank you very much for having me. I am Louise Kingham and I'm the scholarship officer from King's Business School. So everyone may be familiar with King's College London. So I'm joining today to talk about our business school programs and the great scholarships that we have available within those. So just to start with some of our rankings. So King's College London is ranked 36th in the world. We're top 3 within London and 6th in the UK, according to the Times Higher Education World University Rankings from 2025. So just some facts and figures about the school. So it started in 1989 as a school of management. It's since moved into Bush House in 2017, so it's a fairly new faculty. It's one of 9 within King's College London, and we're fortunate to have 7 departments within the business school with 4 research centres and 2 institutes. We've got a comprehensive portfolio of over 40 programmes, which include undergraduate, postgraduate and research programmes. We're also a Triple Crown business school and ranked 2nd for business and management studies in the UK. So we're the 4th most international university in the UK, again, according to the 2023 Times Higher Education Rankings. And we're a contemporary and interdisciplinary approach to education. We've got over 2,500 students and a very large alumni network of over 200,000 people. We have a variety of scholarships available, which I'll talk to you about in more detail in a moment. And we've got over 90% of research world leading. So yeah, as to mention, we are in the middle of London, so we're very fortunate to be have great transport links to airports, international airports, and train links. We're right in the centre on Bush House, which is on the Strand, so it's a great opportunity to get involved in everything within London. And just to give you an idea of our community within King's, so these are the numbers as of last year. So we've got approximately 1,500 undergraduate students. We've got approximately 1,150 postgraduate students and 130 researchers. We've got a diverse population, so approximately 56 nationalities at UG and 73 at postgraduate. We offer scholarships of not only great, but also our postgraduate scholarships of up to £5,000 or £10,000. And within the King's College London, we have over 350 societies. So there's lots for people to get involved in, lots of societies for people to feel welcome and try and connect with other people in similar situations. And just to give you an idea, so talking about the scholarships that we have available, these are available to postgraduate students. So these are available to students applying for one of these courses here on the screen. So these are our finance and business courses starting in September of this academic year. So once you're a member of King's College London and the King's Business School, we also have lots of opportunity to get involved with the careers department. We have personalised expert career guidance and community advisors. We have over 1,200 personal appointments available for students. We offer a wide range of career workshops and employer sector festivals. We have over 40 employer masterclasses and panel events that students are invited to, and we have regular alumni and diversity networking events. So yeah, just to mention the scholarships. So we have one scholarship available for the Great Scholarships today for a passport holder from France, which will be to the value of £10,000. That is available to an offer holder for one of the full-time postgraduate business school programmes that was on the previous screen. And you're invited to apply and submit a short written assessment. The deadline is coming up, but you've still got time to apply, so it is the 25th of May. But just to let you know, we also have lots of other scholarships available within the business school, similar, offering up to £5,000 or £10,000 for those postgraduate programmes, which have a slightly earlier deadline of the 11th of May. And so, yeah, if you're interested in applying to King's Business School, we shared the information here on how to apply. So these are the documents we need. So academic referee details, transcripts, personal statements, English language certificate if that applies, and applicants apply through our King's Apply portal, completing each section with assistance from admissions as you go along, and we communicate any information through the portal itself. So yeah, that's it from me from the business school. So there's our contact details. If anyone has any info and wants to ask any further questions or ask about anything else, please do get in touch. We would love to hear from you, and we really hope to see some of you in September. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Louise, for your presentation. And moving on to Royal College of Art with Bethan Way. So Bethan, if you just want to take control.
Thanks, Elaine. That should be working now. There we go.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
Perfect.
I'm Bethan Way, and I am Student Funding and Scholarships Manager at the Royal College of Art. So we are a specialist postgraduate art and design university, and we are also based in London. So we have 4 schools: the School of Design, Communication, Arts and Humanities, and Architecture, split across 3 campuses. But I think the best place for us to start today is to talk about the fact that for the last 11 years, we've been ranked as the world's best art and design university. So that's an achievement that we're incredibly proud of, and it's a reflection of both our talented staff and the success of our students. I'm not even going to attempt today to talk to the wide range of programs that we offer across the college. So I'm going to encourage you to go and have a look at the website. The events page is a great place to start because that's got information both about upcoming webinars and archived recordings as well about a wide range of topics. So that's covering everything from the programs that we run, application process, support with portfolio preparation, right through to some of the really practical things as well about support for living and finding accommodation in London. So speaking to my area of expertise, funding opportunities, I know each university offers the great scholarships in a slightly different way. At the RCA, we've decided to incorporate it into our central scholarship application. So we'll be having a look in a minute about what we'll be looking for in applications from a successful great scholar. But just to say, there are two key deadlines there which are very fast approaching. So in order to be in the running for all of the scholarships that we have available, you will need to submit a programme application for your programme of choice by this Wednesday at 12 midday UK time. We can also receive applications specifically for the Great Scholarship for any offer holders who've received an offer before the 30th of April. So if you can't make the Wednesday deadline this week, please do submit your programme application as quickly as possible so that you've got an opportunity to apply for as much funding as possible. So we are thrilled to be part of the GREAT programme and to be able to offer one scholarship to a student from France this year. So this is a £10,000 tuition fee discount on any of our one-year taught MA programmes. And this funding can be combined with any other funding or scholarships as long as they don't cover 100% of your fees. So it's possible that you could be awarded an additional scholarship from the RCA if you have a programme offer within round 1 or round 2, or you could combine that with external funding as well. And just to add, the successful candidates will be representing both the RCA and the British Council as an ambassador. And we're going to be sharing our scholarship applications as early as possible in June. So just to have a little look at what the application itself will be looking for. If you go to the scholarships page of our website, there is first of all a Google form so that you can register your interest in applying. That's going to be particularly important for any round 3 applicants who've missed the round 2 deadline, just so that we know that you want to be considered for the Great Scholarship. Our advice would always be to begin preparing your scholarship application as soon as possible. It's a very competitive process. So just to look at some of the questions that we ask, the first is outlining a summary of your background and your financial need. The second one is outlining what steps you are taking to plan and prepare for study at the RCA. So that's taking a look at how proactive you're being with your financial planning, and particularly as the Great Scholarship is only a partial fee award. So how you are going to be looking to cover all of your living costs while in London. And then the third and fourth questions really are very applicable to the Great Scholarship. Outline how you would benefit from a scholarship at RCA and outline what you see as the positive outcome of receiving a scholarship beyond your studies at the RCA. So that's a chance for you to talk about how you would benefit both professionally and personally from that financial support, the long-term benefits for your personal creative practice, but also the benefits for people in your home country as well. So any questions at all on any aspects of the scholarships process, please do get in touch with scholarships@rca.ac.uk and hope to see some of your applications very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bethan. That closed the... so we'll be moving on to University of Kent with Lauren. So Lauren Hurst, let me just put the slides back to University of Kent. There we go. Can you see the slides and can you take control?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much,
Perfect.
Celine. Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Yes, excellent. Okie dokie, perfect. All right, then, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this. It's a huge honour, and yeah, I'm really excited to obviously meet you all virtually. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of give you a brief introduction today as to who I am and who we kind of are as a university. I'm not going to go too much into who we are as a university because I appreciate we've only got 10 minutes. So I'd like to speak more about the Great Scholarship. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am the Senior International Marketing Recruitment Coordinator at the University of Kent. Quite a long job title, but I do a range of different things within the University of Kent. So I currently am situated with the international recruitment team. And scholarships management is one of my areas. So that's why I've kind of come today to kind of talk about the Great Scholarship. So basically, yeah, we offer, you know, a great kind of university life for people. We've got over 20,000 students at our university. 85% are undergraduate and 15% are postgraduate. And actually 16.5% actually come from Europe. And then we actually have 164 nationalities represented at our university as well. So we've got a very large campus. We offer the best of both worlds because we offer a city campus and a country living campus as well, which is great because we're just outside of Canterbury, which is our main kind of campus. We also have our Medway campus as well. But we are just situated outside Canterbury, which is nice because you're not too close to the city where you're kind of, you know, in the midst of the city, but you're not too far away where you can also visit the city if you wish to on your own accord, because we do offer a bus service as well. We have a very active social life at the university as well. So we have over 100 student societies. So there's lots of clubs and lots of sports and lots of events for our students to get involved in. We offer a number of different amenities across our campus as well. So we offer restaurants, bars, cafes, shops. We've really provided a really nice student living environment to our Canterbury campus, as well as our other Medway campus as well. And we offer a range of different support for our students as well. So we offer a very supportive environment. So like I said before, we've got our active student union. We've got pastoral support. We've obviously got the international office. So if any of you have any questions about, you know, settling in within the University of Kent, you can always reach out to us. We've also got our academic advisors who are amazing, and they will quite happily answer any of your questions as well if you have any concerns about a particular course. And yeah, we do offer a range of different courses within our university, which I will encourage you to obviously have a look on our website. So we offer our undergraduate courses, our postgraduate and postgraduate research as well. So what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to talk a little bit about the actual Great Scholarship itself. So yeah, it's funded jointly by the UK government's study of UK Great campaign, the British Council and the University of Kent. And we're currently offering 7 scholarships of £10,000 towards tuition fees of 1 year of study. So yeah, it's an amazing opportunity for individuals, and students must ideally submit an essay via our application site. So we have something called a Kent Vision application portal. So you'd have to submit your application form for your course. And then ideally, along with that application form, you would submit an essay, which should be 500 words. And the essay should be about a topic you have studied previously and why you found it interesting. And this topic should be related to or have inspired you to apply for your chosen degree programme. So the application deadline is soon. It is Friday the 25th of April at 5 p.m. local UK British summertime. So you've got about a month, so you have got a bit of time, but obviously it does come around quite quickly. So I do obviously encourage people to submit an application form as soon as possible, just to avoid disappointment. We've also made a few changes to our eligibility criteria this year. So some of our countries have changed, but we are offering it obviously to French students. Applicants must be active in the field with work experience or proven interest in the subject area and be willing to act as an ambassador for UK higher education as well. And also as well, we expect applicants to represent the high standards of the great brand by becoming an advocate for the scholarships as well. And also as well, we ideally would like applicants to be willing to attend networking events for UK-based great scholars to discuss their experiences and capture perceptions of studying in the UK. Ideally, we would like applicants to have received a conditional or unconditional offer for 1 year taught master's programme at one of our UK campuses to be able to submit their scholarships application. So this is kind of why I encourage applicants to apply ideally as soon as possible, just because we have an amazing admissions team that will process your application as quickly as possible. But we do advise to avoid obviously disappointment that applicants do submit their application form ideally as soon as possible to allow them to get that offer that they need to be eligible for the scholarship. Students who have applied for a 1 year in industry or for our distant learning courses are unfortunately not eligible for this scholarship as well. And also, if you are currently applying for a PISA or a PDIP programme, you're also not eligible. So if you are applying for a postgraduate course, it can't be one of those courses that I've just discussed, unfortunately. Ideally as well, applicants should be starting a course with us in September 2025. So when you submit your application form via our Kent Vision application portal, you would need to put your preferred intake date as the September 2025, as that is when this scholarship is eligible for. Also, the students must have accepted their offer by Kent by the deadline for their application to be considered. So ideally, you need to have a conditional or unconditional offer, like I've obviously just mentioned, in order to be considered. And unfortunately, the Great Scholarship cannot be awarded in conjunction with any other scholarships. And I've also attached a link to the bottom of that presentation as well. So if you had any other questions about the scholarship, a lot of information is on our website. However, you are also, if you wish to, you can contact us via international@kent.ac.uk, or you can contact our scholarships team as well, who would be happy to help. And their email address is scholarships@kent.ac.uk.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Lauren. And over to you, Sarah Morse from the University of Southampton. You can just, have control. Perfect.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me to present today. Hello and welcome to this brief introduction to University of Southampton. My name is Sarah Morse. I'm the International Relations and Scholarships Manager here at the university, and hopefully I'm going to be able to give you some information that will help you answer the question, why choose the University of Southampton? So here at Southampton, we share our students' passion for learning, and we also create an environment which encourages our students to explore and develop with a genuinely friendly and exciting community. By joining one of our master's programmes, you'll become part of around 9,500 postgraduate students drawn from around 130 different countries. So for you, those that might not be familiar with where Southampton is, as you can see from that little map, Southampton is located right in the centre of the south coast of England. We're considered to be one of the warmest locations in the UK. Southampton has great travel links, making it easy for friends and family to visit you, as well as for you to explore the rest of the UK. Southampton has its own international airport with daily flights to Paris, which currently takes about 1 hour and 25 minutes. And there are many other flight options available both within the UK and Europe. We're just over an hour away from London by train, with cities like Manchester in easy reach, with a direct train route of just over 4 hours. We're a maritime city of 250,000 residents and a dynamic community of 43,000 students. And according to a survey conducted by OnePoll, Southampton is one of the safest cities in the UK. It's the 6th safest UK city. We're proud to have a very green campus, which is really coming into its own at this time of year as we see the first signs of spring emerging. We have very close to our main Highfield campus, Southampton Common, which is a beautiful green space that students like to make the most of in between lectures to relax, play sport, meet with friends, maybe have picnics in the summer. And Southampton itself actually has 20 parks that students can enjoy. If you like cycling, our campus is very cycle friendly, and within Southampton there are actually 643 different cycling routes. You can see here, this is sort of a bird's eye view of the city of Southampton, and we have 6 campuses in Southampton. We have our University Hospital Southampton NHS Foundation Trust site. We have the National Oceanography Centre Southampton. We have our Avenue campus, which focuses on our humanities programmes. We have Boulderwood Innovation Campus, which focuses on engineering. We have Winchester School of Art. And last but not least, we have Highfield campus, which is our main campus site. So our campuses and city are also well connected through our wonderful UniLink bus service, and also, as mentioned before, easy access to London, the rest of the UK and the rest of the world. So there's a lot to do for students in Southampton. There's a fantastic live music scene, there's a great cafe culture, and also a brilliant multicultural food scene as well. We have over 350 clubs and societies, so you can continue with your passions at home here at Southampton, whether that's a particular sport or a hobby. Clubs and societies are also a great way to get to know new people with similar interests to you along the way, or also it's a chance for you to try something completely new. We're constantly investing in our facilities, and we've just doubled the size of our main gym at the Highfield campus, but also investing in the best resources possible to achieve your academic and career goals. We have industry level facilities, including things like the largest university towing tank in the UK, with our academics working on new discoveries all the time, and their research is at the cutting edge of human knowledge. During term time, our students have access to a 24-hour library facilities, and we have dedicated postgraduate university accommodation, which is located close to campuses and to the city centre as well. They include quiet spaces for study, including high-speed internet, all bills and contents insurance being included within the rent. There's also activity or unwinding areas, and there's a 24/7 reception and security services as well. Student wellbeing is taken really seriously here at Southampton, and we have an extensive student support and wellbeing service available. So the Student Hub functions 24/7, and when I say that, well, 24/7 to providing a dedicated support for students' wellbeing and enhancing student experience. And when I say 24/7, I mean that if you need to speak to someone at 8 o'clock on Christmas Day or 1 minute before midnight on New Year's Eve, then there'd be someone available to speak to you. The service can support with things like money matters, visa support, academic support, information about part-time work, general advice, but also that support, that well-being support is available. I go to my next slide. Our university was founded in 1862 as the Hartley Institute, and the university was granted a royal charter by Queen Elizabeth II in 1952, and that was one of her first official acts as monarch. We're a founding member of the prestigious Russell Group of research-intensive universities, which means your education would be shaped by research undertaken by our world-leading academics. We're constantly highly ranked as an institution, not just in the UK, but globally, and we're 80th in the world, which puts us in the top 6% of all global universities. So to turn our attention to the scholarship scheme, we offer one Great Scholarship France Award, and the value is £10,000 off our tuition fees. Eligible programmes include any of our one-year taught masters programme within the Faculty of Social Sciences. So that really includes a very wide, large number of programmes. Too many for me to list in this short presentation, but to give you an idea, it's any taught masters within the following 5 schools. So it includes Southampton Business School, the School of Economic, Social and Political Sciences, the School of Mathematical Sciences, Southampton Education School, and also Southampton Law School. So there's quite a variety of programmes within that. So in terms of eligibility criteria, as many others have shared, you would need to hold a French passport. It's a 2-step process, so you may need to make an application to your programme of choice through our online application process, and you'd need to meet all the requirements for that programme, so the academic requirements, also the English language requirements. Our admissions team will then process your application, and hopefully you'll then receive a programme offer. And then stage 2 would be for you to apply for the scholarship through our scholarship expression of interest form. And that can be found at our scholarship webpage, and there's a link on the slide there, or you might prefer to use the QR code, which is available at the bottom, sort of in the middle, you can see there. The deadline to apply is the 30th of April at 5 o'clock UK time. That is a hard deadline. We can't accept applications after that. So give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself plenty of time before that deadline to complete both your programme application and your scholarship application. If you're thinking that you're interested in Southampton, but your programme of interest is outside the schools that I've mentioned earlier, we do have a very wide range of scholarships available. So do go to our main scholarship landing page and you can explore there the opportunities available. If you do like to contact us and you have further questions, you can see our scholarship inbox address is there for you to use, international scholarships at southampton.ac.uk, and the team there will be there more than happy to answer any of your questions. So I'm just going to hand back to our presenter now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Now moving up a little bit more north to the University of Warwick, Kathy Fawcett, the floor is yours if you just want to take control of the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
So thank you, and yeah, I echo everybody else's sentiments. It's a real pleasure to be presenting to you today. So we really do appreciate this. So I'm here from the University of Warwick, but I'm actually from a specific department at Warwick. I'm from the WMG, and I'll go into a little bit of detail about that. My name's Kathy Fawcett, and I'm the Recruitment, Marketing and Scholarship Manager for the WMG department. As Celine said, we're a little bit further north. So Warwick University is a campus university right in the heart of England. So we are about 20 minutes from Birmingham, which is the UK's second city, and then 1 hour from London, so northwest of London. And as a campus, we're a self-contained campus, but just 15 minutes from the city centre of Coventry. So really well located, very accessible for the whole country, very accessible to London, and quite a bit more economical to live outside of London. The further north you get, the slightly cheaper it becomes for living and travel. I have a video, and I'm hoping it's going to work because a picture tells 1,000 words. So hopefully you're going to be able to see a little bit of the flavour of the campus of Warwick. So let's see if this works. So I think it's nice to just see a little bit of a hint of some of the activities that we do on campus, and some of the buildings and the facilities. But really, I suppose being on campus it's something quite special. So you are everything is consolidated, everything is close, everything is very, very practical and reachable. So it's just a few minutes walk between the sports centre, for example, and the arts centre. And Warwick is home to the largest arts centre in the UK outside of London, where we've got theatres, cinema, concert hall, art gallery. So it's the facilities are absolutely fantastic, really, on the campus. Warwick's a large university. We have 30 academic departments across 3 faculties. We have about 25,000 students and a very, very strong postgraduate population of just over 10,000. But I'm here to talk specifically about the WMG, which stands for Warwick Manufacturing Group, as it's quite a unique department. As a Russell Group university, as some of my colleagues at other institutions have mentioned, we are renowned for research. And within the WMG department, we represent almost 40% of all of the research done at the University of Warwick. So you can just understand the scope and the scale and the size of a department like this. Now, please don't be put off by the words manufacturing. A lot of our research is around that area, and that's where we started 45 years ago. But really, the whole ethos of the WMG department is application, practicality, impact, working with companies, both from the research side and from the education side. So as a student within the WMG department, which is at the heart of Warwick's campus, you're looking at world-class education because you're part of a Russell Group university, very, very highly ranked globally, known for teaching and research excellence, but you're also looking at the industry-focused practical side of learning with real world projects, a lot of simulations, a lot of case studies, a lot of engineering type labs, computer science labs, cybersecurity. So there's a huge amount within the department that is practical and hands-on and very, very affiliated with companies. So we have strong ties with industry. WMG was originally started as a division of the School of Engineering in order to connect and build that bridge between academia and industry. And the department is a living representation of that. So, for example, we have the National Automotive Research Centre on campus. We have Europe's largest energy innovation centre, where we're working all the time with companies. We have students working alongside companies and research groups in order to on focusing on courses like our sustainable automotive electrification. But I'll go into a little bit of detail about the courses in a moment. So our strong ties with industry and business and government give you lots of networking opportunities, lots of opportunities to associate and meet with companies when they're coming in and lecturing and giving guest lectures, setting case studies, and working collaboratively with our research teams in research. What that's doing for you and giving to you is ensuring that you are career ready, so that all the way through the programme, you're enhancing your practical skills, your creativity, your soft skills, and you're getting a good insight into how the theory that you're learning is applicable and into practice within companies. So we're developing those career ready skills through your learning, but also, of course, through our career service, through our regular careers events, through a lot of training, a lot of support, and a lot of extra workshops and development opportunities for you as a student. You also are part of one of the most international universities in the world. So I think ranked number 27 in the world for internationalization. Within the WMG department itself, this year we have 48 countries represented. and that's with 1,200 students on our programmes this year. We have an alumni network worldwide of over 29,000 students. So you are joining a global community just within this one department, let alone the rest of the university, where I think we have 145 countries represented this year. So I wanted to just quickly showcase the master's portfolio for the WMG department, because these are the courses that are eligible for the Great Scholarship France. The course portfolio within the department, being quite a unique department, was seated in the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Medicine, and we bring in a lot of management, but applied management focused courses. So the difference between studying in the WMG and a more traditional business school, like Warwick Business School and other business schools, is this hands-on engagement. So you're not learning just the theoretical side, but you're really putting that into practice. You're really connecting and engaging with companies, and you're really understanding through simulations and gamification and lots of different innovative ways of teaching how that theory that you're learning is then going to be applied within the workplace. So we have courses across applied management and industrial engineering. These are courses such as engineering business management, perfect for students with an engineering or technical background who are now looking to reach a managerial level within an engineering or technology orientated company. But it would be open to people without an engineering background who are looking to work in a management role within a technology focused company. We have courses like Management for Business Excellence, where we're focusing on continuous development and continuous improvement. So looking at the European excellence model and how to ensure the optimal performance of a company. We have an excellent course, very large course in program and project management. Also one of the best in the country for supply chain and logistics management. And being in the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Medicine, we also incorporate all of these areas into our MSc in Healthcare Operational Management. We also have a number of courses within the business and innovation space. So we're looking at international trade, strategy and operations. So this is like logistics, but with that business development angle. It's an international business program with a lot of focus on the operational and the strategic side. We have a master's degree in innovation and entrepreneurship for students that are looking to establish their own company. So we're looking a lot at digital startups, we're looking at digital disruption, we're looking at the tech involved, but we're looking at innovative thought and innovative processes and how to actually stand out from the crowd and make your business something incredibly special. Lots of focus on developing new business models and understanding what would be optimal for your company. And then we have a huge course in e-business management, which is divided into 4 distinct specialist routes, looking at e-commerce and digital analytics. We have a digital marketing route. We have a route which is focused on data science and digital operations and the application of these into business. And then we look at digital technology management and consultancy. This course attracts a lot of students with considerable amount of professional experience. So we're looking at people who may have upward 5, 8, 10 years experience, who are looking at digital transformation projects for the companies that they've been working in and how to accelerate their careers in that with these extra tools. And then we have a big specialism in digital technologies and sustainable engineering. So we have a master's programme in applied artificial intelligence. Why is it in the WMG department, not in the computer science department, I hear you ask? That's again because of the applied approach for this particular course and how it integrates with industry. Our computer science department, fantastic, but very, very theoretical. So if you're looking at the fundamental science, computer science is where you go. If you're looking at the science and the application of that into business, the WMG is where you go. We have the Centre for Cybersecurity Research Excellence and Cybersecurity Teaching Excellence within the WMG, and we have master's and bachelor's programmes accordingly. We also look at games engineering. This is really born out of our visualization research group. So again, a lot of connectivity with the companies that the visualization group are working with. And then we have 2 courses within automotive. So, but not just automotive, we're looking at sustainability, we're looking at electrification, and this is where our Energy Innovation Centre, where we do a huge amount of research and development on battery development, on energy storage, on scale up, on testing, on concept and things. And then we look at smart, connected and autonomous vehicles. So we're looking at the machine learning side of driverless vehicles and autonomy. All of these courses have a series of different professional accreditations, so really well recognised and very well ranked. So I would invite you, please, to have a look at the course detail on the website. But for this particular presentation, the focus is the Great Scholarship. So all of the courses that I've just mentioned are eligible for the Great Scholarship. As other colleagues have mentioned, you have to be a French national residing in France, and you must have an offer to study on an eligible course, or at least have applied, because I know time is of the essence now, by the 25th of April. The actual scholarship application deadline is the 30th of April. Now, the WMG scholarship, Great Scholarship, we've got quite a significant contribution into this. So we're awarding £25,000 towards the tuition fees on one of the full-time master's courses. Now that does leave still a shortfall of £10,000, which can be made up by other funding that you may receive or student loans, but it's quite a substantial tuition fee award. Also, if you're applying for the Great Scholarship, you will be able to request an application assessment fee waiver. So normally we would ask you to pay £75 for an application fee, but there is a stage at the final stage of the online application where you can tick to request an application assessment fee waiver and just write that you're applying for the Great Scholarship France, and this will be processed and actioned for you. And like all my other colleagues, there are other scholarships available. So we have one scholarship only with the British Council and the Great Scholarship, but we do have a lot of additional scholarship opportunities. So by all means, apply for multiple awards, or you will be considered for our WMG Excellence Scholarships if unsuccessful with the Great Scholarship. So if you have any questions or you're looking for more information, please do email. The email address is below. It's wmgscholarships@warwick.ac.uk. We're not taking questions today. I know this is recorded, but just to share with you a couple of links. It is possible to book a one-to-one call, and we're really pleased to speak to you directly. So you can go onto the website at warwick.ac.uk, WMG Masters/connect with us. There's a lot of information about how to apply, also on the same website, on the departmental website, so the WMG Masters, how to apply, and all of our scholarship information is under the WMG Masters/scholarships. So my name's Cathy Fawcett, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cathy. And now over to Kirit Singh from the University of St. Andrews. So Kirit, perfect. The floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So hello, everyone. My name is Kirit Singh. I'm an Education Liaison Officer for Europe in the admissions team at St. Andrews. I'm also an alumna of the university, so I graduated with my master's 3 years ago, and I was in the business school. So Today's presentation, I just want to give you a brief overview of St. Andrews, talk a little bit about our taught master's programs, your careers opportunities, and a bit about the Great Scholarship itself. So a bit about St. Andrews. We are the third oldest university in the English-speaking world, and we were the first university in Scotland. So we have over 600 years of tradition that is steeped very much in academic research and excellence. We have over 120 postgraduate programs for you to choose from, and we're an incredibly close-knit student community. So we only really have about 10,000 students, out of which roughly 1,846 of them are postgraduates. Now, that number is evenly split between postgraduate taught and postgraduate research students. So you will be part of an incredibly close-knit community, and just reflecting on my own experience, St. Andrews is the sort of university experience where if you know one person, you know 10 others, and you're constantly bumping into your professors in town, you're bumping into your friends whenever you go out of your accommodation. So it's the sort of place where you can't be anonymous, and I think at postgraduate level, that's something that's highly valuable for networking reasons as well, and I'll chat about careers in a bit. A bit about the university in general. We've ranked #1 in various rankings, and I'm not going to go over that too much, but one in particular is the fact that we rank very highly for student satisfaction year on year. And a lot of that has to do with our incredible community and the range of academic and pastoral support that's available to you during your time at St. Andrews. So we've got a range of student services to support you, a range of facilities to ensure that you're having the best possible experience, both academically and pastorally. And despite our size being so small, about 89% of our research is classed as world leading. So we are incredibly research led and research driven, and all of our professors are top researchers in their field. So this means that your classes are going to be led by professors who are actively researching and publishing in that field. And as a postgraduate student, you might even have the opportunity to get involved in publishing papers as well. So, a little bit about where our students tend to come from. Despite our student population being so small, we are incredibly diverse. So about 64% of our student population at postgraduate level comes from outside of the UK. And looking at where they come from, about 15% of them do come from Europe, 31% from the rest of the world, and about 18% from the Americas. So it's a fairly diverse student community, and one of the best facts of being in a smaller place is that you actually get to engage with people from different backgrounds much closer than you would in a larger city. Looking at our taught degrees, now I'm only talking about the taught postgraduate degrees because those are the programs that are eligible for the Great Scholarship. So when it comes to our taught degrees, we have slightly different titles here. Our arts degrees that are taught master's degrees are called MLits, so that is a Master of Letters. It's not called an MA just because our undergraduate degrees in the arts are called MAs. So rest assured, your MLit is a fully accredited and recognized master's degree in the arts. We have the standard MSc. We also have a fantastic degree called an MRes, which is a research degree but done in 1 year and also eligible for the Great Scholarship. So if you are looking to do a slightly more research-driven postgraduate degree with us, you will still be eligible to apply for the Great Scholarship as well. About 93% of our taught postgraduate students are in work or further study within a couple of months after graduating. I'm a great example of this. About 2 months after submitting my dissertation, I'd started this job. So a lot of students often have a job offer lined up before they graduate as well, and our Career Centre is really well set up to support you with that. Which actually leads me to talking about career opportunities. So when it comes to career opportunities at St. Andrews, your Career Centre is there to support you not only during the 1 year that you're with us, but also up to 3 years after you graduate. So you're not left to fend for yourself. When it comes to careers guidance, you get one-to-one guidance on how to improve your CV, your cover letters. You can book appointments for mock interview practice if you've got a job interview coming up and you just want to brush up on your skills and get some feedback. They also have a set timeline for when you should ideally be looking at career support throughout your degree to make sure that you're keeping in mind any deadlines for job applications, when you should be looking at part-time work, upskilling and internships, and how to make sure that you're preparing your profile as best as you can with the resources we have available. And one of the great things about St. Andrews is that our alumni community is all across the world, given how diverse our student population is. And the beautiful thing about the St. Andrews alumni community is that they are incredibly helpful. So we have a platform called St. Connect where you can connect with alumni all across the world, depending on which company they're working in, where they're working, and perhaps if they study the degree that you're studying at the moment. And that's a fantastic resource if you're looking for jobs, if you're trying to figure out what career path is best for you. I've been in touch with alumni during my degree, and through this job, I've been in touch with alumni even more. And it's a fantastic way to just meet people who were once in your shoes as well. So it's definitely a resource we recommend. Now, looking at how to apply, in order to apply for the Great Scholarship at St. Andrews, you need to first submit an application to study with us. You do not need to wait for a decision on your application. So we highly recommend that you apply as soon as possible. The deadline for the Great Scholarship application at St. Andrews is the 25th of May, 2025. So you have a little bit of time, but at the same time, we recommend you get that application in as soon as you can. Now, it's a direct application form on our website, and the QR code is on the screen here. If you scan that, that'll take you to our how to apply pages with more information on the documents you may require and how to submit your application as well. It's a £50 application fee. However, if you would like to request a fee waiver, you can always email our admissions team and we can process that for you. Now, application deadlines will vary from program to program. For international students in particular, we advise that you apply sooner rather than later so that you don't have any delays in your visa application process. And most of our programs are based on a rolling admissions process, so that means that our decision times can vary. We usually tend to get back to applications within 3 to 4 weeks of you submitting your application, and sometimes even sooner than that, depending on whether you submitted all your documents at the time of applying. So as I said, don't wait to submit your application. Within about 24 to 48 hours of submitting your application to study with us, you'll get access to the scholarship portal and you should be able to apply for the Great Scholarship there. So don't wait until the 25th of May to submit your application to study with us, because then you'll miss the deadline to be able to apply for the Great Scholarship. In terms of the Great Scholarship at St. Andrews, we have one award of £10,000 available for any eligible student from France who is studying any of our taught programs in our postgraduate degrees. So there is no subject restriction, there is no faculty restriction. As long as it's a one-year taught master's degree, you will be eligible to apply for the Great Scholarship. So if you want to see what documents are required, I won't go through all of them right now, but you can find them on the page for the Great Scholarship on our scholarship catalogue. And if you have any questions, here are our contact details. That's my email address on the slide, and we're on pretty much every social media platform other than TikTok, thank God. So if you want to find out a bit more about our student community, our Instagram page is the best resource because our student ambassadors tend to do Instagram story takeovers where you have a fantastic opportunity of just hearing more about a day in the life of a postgraduate student. And we tend to have a lot of virtual events coming up across the next couple of months. So if you want to check them out, they're all of the booking links are on our Meet Us page on our website. And if you ever want to come visit St. Andrews, please send me an email. I can hopefully put you in touch with a faculty member and you can book a tour of the town as well. So that was a very quick overview from me, but thank you so much. I'll pass it on to the next person.
Thank you so much, Kirit. And so, yeah, without further ado, moving on with the University of Manchester with Lauren Scarrett. Lauren, so if you just want to take control of the slides.
I do this. Ooh. Aha, there we go.
And perfect, and you should be able to move through your presentation.
Then thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's still bearing with me. I know this is probably the last one. Oh no, I've lost my slides.
Okay, let me just bring them back on. I might need to just browse to get to the University of Manchester. And here we are.
A quick summary of all the previous ones.
Yeah. So you have control now?
I thought I did before, but maybe I don't.
No. Let me just try one more thing, because if I stop.
No, it really doesn't like me, does it? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have joined earlier to practice this.
No worries. I'm just looking into making you a presenter. Here we go. There we go. Let's try it one more time and you should have access. And here we go. Do you see it in the top?
Take control, yes.
Perfect.
Such power.
Okay, lovely. Over to you.
All right, let me just it's possibly a quicker
so
way
you
of doing
need
this, isn't
to...
it? No, don't play anything. I'm not sure if there's a quicker
yeah,
way
so
of doing
you
this.
actually need to move, yeah. That's no worries. We'll just, it's a, as you say, it's a recap of all that's been discussed.
It's interesting for me to see all the differences as well. Oh, there are so many slides.
Okay,
I think
so
I
it should
might
be the
put-
next one.
Ha.
And there you go, all yours.
Sorry about that. But yes, thank you everyone who is still watching or watching on catch up, as it were. I'm going to introduce some brief information about the University of Manchester, and then I'll explain a bit more about our great scholarship offering. My name is Lauren. I'm the International Officer for Europe, and my email is on the screen. So it will be up at the end as well. But if you do have any questions or if anything was unclear, please do get in touch with me for any reason. I'll be happy to help. So, Manchester. Oh, look at them slowly popping up. So, for anyone who hasn't heard of us, Manchester is a very large university, and we're quite old. So, officially, our establishment date was 1824, but admittedly, that was only part of the university. About 20 years ago, we merged into a sort of super university. But during that time, we have had about 25 Nobel laureates who are either staff or former students of the university, and 2 of them are currently still working at the university. And they were responsible for the discovery of graphene about 10 years ago, I think it was now. But a lot of our research is world class. And we are also very keen to work on our social responsibility. We have been in the top 10 for social responsibility in Europe for the past, well, since the actual ranking came out, which we're quite happy about. And we are trying to get the best learning and student experience we can. We have 3 main faculties: the Faculty of Biology, Medicine and Health, Faculty of Humanities, and Science and Engineering. Humanities covers all of our business courses, as well as things like the School of Languages, Arts and Cultures, the School of Education, Environment and Development, and social sciences such as law, politics, and international relations. So these are quite big faculties. And I will explain more about our GREAT offering, but only some of our faculties do cover the GREAT scholarship. So if anyone hasn't been to Manchester, I'm assuming maybe lots of people might not have been, it is the 2nd largest city in England. And our campus, sorry, that label is probably a bit confusing. It's not Central Campus, our campus is central. We have only 1 campus. At the moment, as far as I know, we are still the largest single-site campus in the UK. We have 44,000 students, all based on this single central campus in Manchester. If you were to walk down the road maybe 10 minutes, you would hit the very centre of Manchester, which I define as the very large Primark. There are other, perhaps more exciting elements in the city centre, but I think that is surprisingly very central to the city. And obviously, our students are not all here at exactly the same time, but you can imagine that with 44,000 students all on the same campus, it's quite a vibrant place to be. In terms of the things you can do around the campus, you can obviously join any number of sports teams. I think we currently have 23 full-size football pitches. not actually on campus. They're a small bus ride away because 23 football pitches in the centre of Manchester is some prime real estate. But we have lots of sports. We have an aquatic centre, which is on campus, and it's full of swimming pools, not dolphins. I admit I was slightly disappointed when I learned this when I first arrived. I was expecting dolphin displays every day. No, just swimming people. And we have gyms on site, and you can imagine with 44,000 students, we have so many different cultural, fun activities as well. The Hummus Society, people who love to eat, make, share hummus, and share hummus recipes for a long time was the largest one in the UK. We have cultural societies. We do have a Francophone society for students who want to learn French or teach French. We just have a lot of things going on. We're also not the only university in Manchester. So there's about 5 universities. We're the largest, but across the city, you've probably got upwards of 100,000 students. So we're very close to the city centre. And a lot of people do sort of say, well, if it's such a large city, you know, does it really feel like home? Does it really feel safe? Surprisingly, it does, because you always run into someone that you know from your course, someone that you play football with, someone that shared a good hummus recipe with you, someone from your accommodation, someone that you've just seen around campus. No matter where you go or when, you seem to run into students, people that you recognise. So the city actually becomes very familiar very quickly, despite its huge size. And because the other students as well, the 5 universities that I mentioned, it means the city itself is very student orientated in terms of things like student discounts, community outreach, activism, things to get involved with within Manchester City. There is so much opportunity. So I think it's actually a very vibrant city, but remarkably homely for students living there. So if you haven't visited Manchester, you might not know exactly where it is. It is pretty much in the centre of the UK. So we do have an international airport, which you can get to in about 30 minutes from campus. It's a fairly short train ride and then a fairly short tram and or bus ride to the campus. We're about 2 hours away from London by train, assuming that the British Rail is running that day. On a good day, we are 2 hours away from London by train, probably about 2.5 from Edinburgh. I think the distance is pretty similar, but the trains are quicker going to London. And at the moment, I think we have about 2.8 million people in terms of population for Manchester Greater City. So it is a very large city, to be fair. So for students, graduate employability is something quite big for Manchester. We're very proud of it, and we do try very hard to make sure students have as many opportunities as we can offer. So we are currently the 2nd most targeted university in the UK by top graduate employers. We have in fact been 1st or 2nd for the past 13 years. So we are quite consistently ranked as one of the most targeted universities. This is quite cool. It means that employers come to Manchester, they either share opportunities or they come and talk to students, explain what jobs are on offer, what their company does, and I'm going to say directly recruit. That sounds a bit threatening, really, but offer what they have quite directly to our students. They support us as well with careers fairs and events like that. Our careers service is award-winning. So they support you not just while you're at Manchester, but beyond Manchester. They can do, like Kieran mentioned, for St Andrews, they do things like CV skills. They do interview run-throughs so you can get a feel for what it would be like. They also offer internship opportunities. So if you are interested in going into something before you start full employment, they offer a lot of them. We have 44,000 students, which means you can imagine we have a lot of graduates and alumni. And our alumni service is very good at essentially keeping in touch with all of our graduates and asking them what opportunities are available for our current students. So in terms of experiencing company life, they try and make as many opportunities available as possible for our current students. At the moment, about 94% of our graduates go straight into employment or further study. And we are 10th in Europe and 5th in the UK for graduate employability. So we're pretty solid. Generally, this is very generally, but some popular course areas that students from France tend to go to, politics and international relations tends to be very big. I should also mention that these are just the popular course areas. Not all of them are covered by the Great Scholarship, but we do have a couple of other ones that I will briefly mention as well. But a lot of our business schools, so management, HR, international business, economics, these kind of areas. Micro and biotechnology seem to be incredibly popular as well. And then some of the broader topics like geography, sociology, and development studies. And we have some courses in sustainability and humanitarian disaster response, which are particularly popular as well at the moment. And quite a lot of our subjects are ranked in the world top 50. So apologies, that looks really tiny on my screen, so it might not be fully visible, but we do have, some of those subjects that are particularly popular in France are also quite well ranked in the world subject rankings for you. So in terms of the Great Scholarship, what we actually need, so the academic requirement, you would need at least a bachelor's degree or a licence, and we usually require a minimum of 13 out of 20 or assez bien. In terms of the English requirements, most of our courses do come with a minimum IELTS requirement of 6.5, but we do also usually accept English as part of the International Baccalaureate. It varies depending on which English you took, whether at higher level or a standard level, but it is on our website. Or if you've done the French bac or the French bac with the option international, we also accept English as taken as part of that. So there are quite a few of them available. Some of our courses do require references, and some of our business courses do have staged admissions. So you will need to be careful with the deadline on staged admissions. We have one great award of £10,000, and it is specifically for programmes taught in the Faculty of Arts, Languages and Cultures or our business school. We do email out the application form to relevant offer holders, and there are a couple of other specific eligibility criteria. You have to have done your bachelor's degree in France, and you must be a French national and normally resident in France. This is important because if you list your residency as elsewhere, then you won't be emailed the invitation. So if you were expecting to be eligible and you're wondering why you've not been emailed, you may have listed your domicile as elsewhere, perhaps if you're currently working or currently studying in another country. So do be careful of that. If you have done this and you think you are actually maybe normally resident in France, you can email me and we will look into what can be done. And apologies, I think I'm running over slightly, but in terms of the timeline, you must have your offer by the 24th of April. And again, be careful of the business school having staged admissions. You should then get your invitation to apply for the scholarship, and you must apply by 24th of April. So make sure, as Kira said before as well, don't wait until the last moment. If you are waiting on an offer, if you've submitted your application, you can get in touch with the department to which you've applied and explain to them that you are applying for the Great Scholarship. We should have a list of students who are eligible, and we have asked our faculties to prioritise these. But as I said, if perhaps you've listed a different domicile, it might not show up on our list, so you can get in touch directly and make them aware of this. Very briefly, other scholarships that cover different areas. So we do have a Humanities International Excellence Scholarship. It covers certain humanities courses that are not covered by the Great Scholarship. And for biology, medicine and health, we do have an international scholarship with awards for up to £10,000. That would cover something that's not covered by the Great Scholarship. Biology, medicine and health is not part of the Great one, but there is a second option for you. Oh, there we go. I didn't think I was that specific. So some of the more popular courses that students from France tend to apply for, we do have another course scholarship for you. So, with apologies for my bad technical input at the beginning, which meant we've gone very slightly over, but if you do have any questions or if you have any issues or concerns with applying for the scholarship, please do email me, or if you have any questions about Manchester more broadly, please do get in touch. And otherwise, I will pass over and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, look, there's a picture of Manchester.
Thank you, Lauren. And without closing the slides, we'll be able to move straight over to UCL last, definitely not least, also considering I'm a proud alumna of UCL. So we'll have Claire Howitt and Emily Robinson, or just Emily, but over to you.
Brilliant, thank you. I've just taken over, so hopefully you can see the first slide all fine.
Yeah, we can see, so the general title slide, and now we're fully in the UCL. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. So yeah, last but not least, thank you everyone for sticking around. I hope you found the session useful. So my name's Emily Robinson. Claire is joining us today, but I'm going to start off by talking about just a general overview about UCL, who we are, and just a bit about us, and then I'll pass over to Claire, who'll talk more about the scholarship. So I work in the international recruitment team, so part of my role is to talk to French students. I sort of go to schools, universities, events, and talk a lot about the university. So as I said, it's going to be a simple few bits of information. I don't want to talk for too long, otherwise we may have you fall asleep. So a bit about UCL, University College London. So we are currently 9th in the world. So we are a globally recognised university. So we are up there in the top 10 with universities like University of Cambridge, Oxford, and sort of global institutions as well. So a degree from us will get you far and wide in the world, whether that's your master's degree, an undergraduate degree, whatever you study at UCL, it will be well recognised. Our institution is probably one of the largest ones from the institutions today. We have about 51,000 students from 150 countries. So we are, not only are we sort of top globally, we also have students from all over the world, which is great, which only adds to your classroom and the conversations you have, the discussions you have. Students are coming from all over the world. We have great amount of students from France, but all over Europe, but also, as I say, across the Americas. And so students are split quite evenly, I believe, between postgraduate and undergraduate students. So you'll have a lot of different students in your classrooms. You'll meet people from all over the world, and it really brings a great student atmosphere to the university. Although we have a lot of students, we also have a lot of degree programs. So despite having 51,000 students, the class sizes we tend to keep quite small. It's something we're quite proud of at UCL. At undergraduate level, we have about 350 degree programs, but at postgraduate, we have about 650. So we may just have the course for you. We have a lot on offer, and they sit within 11 faculties. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of choice. And a lot of very niche subjects and specific subjects. So there's definitely a lot to choose from. Something that we're really proud of is we have over 350,000 alumni across 190 countries. So as you can imagine, if you are a current student doing an undergrad and you're looking at studying postgraduate in the UK, you may want to meet with a fellow alumni or someone that you've met who's been to the university and you'd like to talk to them and ask them questions. We have a great alumni group for that. We often hold in-country events and invite the alumni to join us. So that's a great opportunity for you to meet someone and, you know, ask those questions that maybe I don't know as a student, as someone who didn't study at UCL. It's great to ask someone who has studied there. And something else that we are proud of is that we have a lot of Nobel Prize winners. Now, UCL actually next year in 2026 will be celebrating our 200-year anniversary, which is really exciting. It's going to be a lot of events, but that means we are an old institution with people who have done incredible things during their studies at UCL. And so that could be you next if you come to study with us. We really push our students. We really want students to get the most out of their degree. And so that is kind of shown with the incredible alumni that we have. And I know a few people have mentioned different societies and, you know, being part of an institution. Community is really big at UCL. It's something that we, again, are proud of, though we are academically rigorous. We have a great student community with over 450 clubs and societies. So that's sports team. We have so many societies, I don't think I could begin listing them. But it just means that you do get to be part of something outside of your studies. And we do have a Francophone, hopefully I've said that right, society for anybody who wants to sort of meet students from a similar culture or learn the language. It's a great society available on campus. And as in the title, UCL London, we are a London-based university. I like to sort of drop that in that we it's the best student city in the UK, so it's a great place to be. Not only does UCL, as I say, offer lots of facilities, incredible study options, it's also in the centre of London in a beautiful area called Bloomsbury, which has lots of greenery around, but it also has St Pancras Station not too far away. So if you want to hop on a train back to mainland Europe or straight into Paris, you can do that. But it's also an incredible city for culture, for arts, for theatre, for sports. There is just always something going on. So if you find a society maybe isn't for you, or you want to meet people outside of university, it's a great city for that. But it's also incredible for your future opportunities. So networking, work experience, anything like that, sort of post studies. London is an incredible institution for that, and also for its location. And finally, just to add a little bit about entry requirements, it's probably something useful for you to know. We generally say we would accept a 14 out of 20 in the licence, or sort of level you're doing in France. We put that as the umbrella entry requirement, but of course it may differ slightly per course. So that's just something to keep in mind and to look at online. But if you do want to apply to any of our courses, there is a sort of apply now button, and it takes you to the UCL application portal, and it's all sort of on there. And we do list entry requirements per course on the webpage, or what I often find easier is you can go to UCL France and you'll see sort of how to apply on there, but you'll also find our contact details. So if you have questions, you can always email me and I'm happy to help. But I'm going to pass it over now to Claire, who will talk more about the scholarship and all those kind of fun things. So I don't know, Claire, if you want to take over control.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll let me see if I can do this. Okay, right, I have taken control. Exciting. All right, so my name's Claire Hewitt. I'm the Student Funding Manager for Postgraduate Funding, and so the Great Scholarships fall within our remit, and we're very happy to have been working with the British Council and Great for a number of years, and very happy to offer this scholarship opportunity to French domicile students. And so, as you know, the Great Scholarships are jointly funded by the British Council and ourselves. The value is for £10,000 for 1 year only. That goes towards tuition fees, and we have one scholarship aimed at France. Now, for that scholarship, it's for all subjects, for a postgraduate taught master's, which is studied full-time at UCL. And so in order to apply, you just need to have applied for your place at UCL, but by the time that we then look at the applications, you need to be holding an offer. So the application form will be available to you now, even if you're at the application stage of your master's. But as I said, by the time we're making the decisions, you need to hold an offer with us. So just to go into the details there. So our scholarship is awarded on academic excellence, and we also look at financial need. And so there is an application form to fill in there via Portico. So you get your access to your Portico when you have applied for a course at UCL. And then you will see a section called My Funding, and you can go to that in order to open up the application form. The application form is part of a bigger application form which falls under something called on international masters awards. So when you apply for the Great Scholarship, you will also be considered for other scholarships as well that we have. And so this is a good way of just not having to fill in lots and lots of different application forms. There's lots of possibilities. And so, yes, as I said, if the Great Scholarship is awarded, it is £10,000 towards tuition fees, and the applications close on Thursday, the 8th of May. So there is a little while for you to be doing that, but we would recommend you start as soon as possible. And we have a lot of guidance on our web pages about how to apply, how to do the application form, and we ask for a statement as well from you about your intentions of having the Great Scholarship. So do that statement as well. You can see our web page there. Successful applications will be notified at the beginning of July. And if you do have any specific questions for us about the Great Scholarship or any of our other scholarships, you can email us at studentfunding@ucl.ac.uk. So all the best of luck with both your applications to UCL Masters and to the Great Scholarship. Right, thank you very much.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Emily and Claire, and to all university representatives for taking the time to showcase their offer and application process. So we hope this information session will inspire students from France to pursue postgraduate studies in the UK across a variety of programs and environments. So we encourage you to apply as soon as possible to benefit from the scholarship opportunities, especially as some deadlines are fast approaching. So feel free to get in touch with the university representatives. You get their emails from the different presentations or with the British Council France team directly. I hope this was useful and hope to see you in the UK soon.